So the the videos that I've put up today have been pretty good at showing how occultism at its core is really nothing different, or is practically the same thing as narcissism. And the video I made, which was the one that was mirrored, which was the more vegan oriented video, if you listen to that guy speak, and he's a supposedly an expert on narcissism, if you listen to what he says carefully, you might notice that it's almost a perfect description of Mac and the way he operates his channel. It's quite interesting to me, actually, that he spends some of his time watching and talking about narcissists and narcissist videos and stuff, which is very strange considering he's the perfect reflection of a narcissist. And for only one reason we can say it, and it's that he's a mystery teacher. The occult and narcissism go hand in hand. When people talk about society today, and they say, oh, you know, people are much more narcissistic than they used to be. Well, it's because this society, I mean, the Masons have always controlled things, but particularly today, we live in almost like a virtual reality. We truly live within the constructed world of the Masons, with all of its mind control and everything. And it's no surprise that society is now extremely narcissistic, because this is an occult society. Society has been occulted, and that produces narcissists, because the occultists themselves are the number one narcissists. They are the best of the best at narcissism. And I would like to say that Satan was the first narcissist. This is the rebellion from God, was just Satan's narcissism. And all of the Gnostics, as with the occultists, because that is all, the occult, when you get to the bottom of it, is absolutely not separate from Gnosticism. Gnosticism is the root of occultism. So it follows that all of the Gnostics are narcissists. And if you examine their behaviour and their doctrines, you will see that narcissism quite clearly, because Gnosticism is built upon doctrines of self and self-discovery and self-worship, and part of that self-worship is always excusing your own behaviour but being extremely critical of others. And that is how people are today in this society. If we want to call it ego, we'll call it ego, but people will not accept fault of their own, but they're constantly looking for it in others. And even when they know they are wrong, they cannot muster up an apology or any kind of sincere repentance. It's turning its obfuscation and excuses. And in the worst cases, mockery and rage and things of that nature. It's narcissism. It's occultism is narcissism. And everyone knows by now what a narcissist is. Everyone knows the things narcissists do. That's the things that occultists do. It's It's the perfect link. Occultism is narcissism. There's religion, and then there's the occult. There are people, and then there are narcissists. And the narcissists have been taking advantage of people for a very long time. Just as the occult have been plotting and planning behind the public for a very long time. But I've got them pegged now. Because if we simply say that occultism is narcissism, then we have a way of looking at it. There's no more secrecy or veils to it. It becomes quite plain on how it's dealt with. Narcissistic people have to be confined for their own good, especially when they refuse to learn, which is the case for most narcissists. As I've tried with Mac. Mac is an occultist, he's a narcissist, and even though his mistakes were shown, or his errors, his wrong thinking, not just defined by me, but defined by all of time, he will not turn away from it. He is convinced, and nothing will change him. Therefore, the narcissist does not learn. The narcissist is truly not sincere about anything. The narcissist has no single care for anyone but themselves. And they will not tolerate being told that they're wrong. Instead, they will just get rid of anyone that says that they're wrong. Just like the occultists. If people won't go along with their brainwashing, then they'll just make sure to get rid of the people that do.